World War. There is no real way to predict a winner in a world war, and in truth, a global war would have no winners at all. The human, economic, and environmental damage would be catastrophic for everyone. Here's a clear, realistic way to contemplate it. Why a world war has no winner. 1. Modern weapons are devastating. Today's wars involve nuclear weapons, cyber warfare, drones and AI systems, economic warfare, sanctions, trade collapse. Even a limited conflict could cause millions of civilian deaths, global food shortages, and long-term environmental damage. 2. Countries are economically connected. Almost every country depends on others for food, energy, technology, medicine. A global war would crash supply chains and economies everywhere, even in countries not directly fighting. 3. Nuclear escalation would be disastrous. If nuclear weapons were ever used widely, cities could be destroyed in minutes. Radiation would contaminate land and water. Global temperatures could drop. Nuclear winter. Agriculture could fail worldwide. That affects all nations, not just the ones fighting. 4. Power doesn't guarantee survival. Big militaries and rich countries may have advantages, but no defense system is perfect. Cyber attacks can cripple infrastructure. Civilian populations suffer the most. Strength doesn't equal safety in modern warfare. The honest answer: no country would truly win a world war. Humanity would lose. That's an important question. Wars don't only affect soldiers and borders. They reshape entire economies and the daily lives of ordinary people for years or even generations. 5. Economic damage. Businesses and jobs collapse. Factories shut down or are destroyed. Tourism, trade, and manufacturing stop. Millions lose their jobs and income. Small businesses suffer the most. Result: poverty rises quickly. 6. Prices go up. Inflation. Food, fuel, medicine, and transport become expensive. Shortages happen because supply chains break. Currency value often falls. Result: families struggle to afford basic needs. 7. Government debt increases. Governments spend huge amounts of money on weapons and military operations. Less money is left for schools, hospitals, roads, and welfare. Taxes may increase later to recover losses. Result: long-term economic stress for citizens. 8. Global economic effect. 7 countries not fighting can suffer. Oil and food prices rise globally. International trade slows. Stock markets become unstable. Result: the whole world feels the impact. 9. How wars affect civilians. 1. Loss of homes and safety. Bombing and fighting destroy houses and cities. Families are forced to flee as refugees. Many live in camps with poor living conditions. 2. Food and water shortages. Farms get damaged. Transport routes are blocked. Clean water becomes scarce. Result: hunger and disease increase. 3. Healthcare breakdown. Hospitals get overwhelmed or destroyed. Medicines become hard to find. Doctors and nurses may flee or be injured. Result: even simple illnesses become dangerous. 4. Mental and emotional trauma. Children experience fear, loss, and insecurity. Many people suffer anxiety, depression, and education gets interrupted for years. Result: emotional scars last long after the war ends. 5. Impact on future generations. Children miss education. Skills development slows. Poverty cycles continue. Result: recovery takes decades, not years. Simple truth: wars weaken economies, harm innocent people, and slow human progress. Countries rebuild systems and infrastructure, and refugees rebuild their lives, identity, and stability. Both take patience, planning, and support. Here's a clear breakdown: how countries recover after wars. Recovery usually happens in phases, often taking 10 to 30 years depending on damage. 1. Rebuilding infrastructure. First priority: basics. Roads, bridges, electricity, water supply and sanitation, hospitals and schools. Housing for displaced people. This creates jobs and restarts daily life. 2. Restarting the economy. Businesses reopen. Farmers return to land. Trade resumes with other countries. Local markets come back. Governments may give loans to small businesses, reduce taxes temporarily, encourage foreign investment. Goal: create jobs and income again. 3. Restoring government and law, police and courts restart. New elections may be held. Anti-corruption systems are created. Public services return. Trust in leadership is critical for stability. 4. Healing society, trauma counseling programs, rebuilding schools and universities, community peace programs, truth and reconciliation efforts. Healing minds is just as important as rebuilding cities. 5. International support, humanitarian aid, loans and grants, technical training, peacekeeping missions. Many countries rely on global help during recovery. How refugees rebuild their lives. Refugees face emotional, financial, and social challenges. Rebuilding takes courage and time. 1. Finding safety and legal status. Registering with host governments or agencies. Receiving temporary shelter, food, healthcare, getting identity documents and work permission. Safety comes first. 2. Education and skills. Children return to school. Adults learn new languages or job skills. Professional certifications may need renewal. Education restores hope and opportunity. 3. Employment and income. Small jobs at first, starting small businesses, community employment programs, support from NGOs. Income restores dignity and independence. 4. Building community, making friends in new neighborhoods, cultural exchange and local support groups, religious or social centers. Belonging heals isolation. 5. Emotional healing, trauma counseling, support groups, creative activities, art, sports, music, time and stability. Mental recovery takes longer than physical recovery. 6. Returning home, if possible. Some refugees go back when peace returns, rebuild homes and farms, reconnect with family. Others settle permanently in new countries, build new identities and futures. Both paths require support. Simple truth: recovery is not fast, but it is possible. Nations rebuild brick by brick. People rebuild life step by step. Human resilience is stronger than destruction.